Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Heidi from My Reading Life, and I'm here today to film my August TBR check-in and book haul. So, without any further ado, I'm just going to jump right into it because I want this to be a quick video. So in August, I read 18 books for the month, which is huge. I think that might be my personal best for a total number of books read in one month. Of course, I had a week-long staycation in the month of August, so that helped. I read a lot of books during that week, and there was a picture book in my total, and at least one YA and a couple of novellas, so that definitely bumped my numbers up. So 18 books total. The other thing that's shocking about it is that 17 of them were fiction and only one nonfiction. What? That is crazy. That's just far too few nonfiction books for me. So hopefully in the month of September, I'm going to be getting back to my normal nonfiction reading. It was just so weird when I went through my stats for the month to realize that I only read one nonfiction book in the whole month. That never happens. Other things to know about August were I read 2 books for the BookTube prize. I'm judging the fiction round in the final round this time around. So those two of those books I read. And I also read 4 translated books, 3 of which were for Women in Translation Month. So I feel pretty good about that because I'm always trying to boost up my numbers. For translated fiction, I don't read that much of it. And so I really was pleased that I managed to read 4 translated works, 3 of which were by women last month. So that's the general stats. Now for the check-in with my TBR reduction project. So I read 6 books off my shelf. I brought 3 books in. I didn't unhaul any. That gives me a -3 for my total, and I'm down to 135. And I started at 147 at the beginning of the year. So down 12 for the year so far. I'm very excited about that. I feel good about the progress I'm making with reading my own books off my physical TBR, like these books behind me. These are my fiction. This is my little chart that I use. I got this idea from Doris at Aldi Books. So the blue are the nonfiction and the gray are the fiction. And from here all the way to here is August. Yeah, that's nuts. That's a lot of fiction. That's a lot of fiction for me, people. So that was very successful in terms of my overall reading for the month. So let me tell you about the 3 books that I brought in. The first book I am going to tell you about is a book that I actually read in the month that I purchased it, and that is The Housekeeper and the Professor by Yoko Ogawa, and this is translated from the Japanese by Stephen Snyder. So lots of people on BookTube have read this short little novel and loved it, and I am no exception. This is a fabulous book, but I'm not here to review it. I'm here to tell you about it. So what it is about a gentleman who has lost his short-term memory. He can only remember, he forgets everything after 80 minutes. And he was a mathematics professor. He's sort of a math genius. And this is the story of his relationship with his housekeeper. A woman gets hired to come tend the house for him, and obviously every morning when she shows up, he doesn't remember who she is. And she, regardless of that, develop a relationship over a number of years. She has a small son, and the story tells all about the relationship between this woman and her son and this man who is a mathematical wizard. And it is just a delightful, delightful story. I read it, and then my mom read it right after me. So 2 of us in the family read it this month after I purchased it. Highly recommend that one. And then I bought a nonfiction book that I'm very excited about, and this is Caste, the Origins of Our Discontents by Isabel Wilkerson. You may remember me raving about The Warmth of Other Suns by Isabel Wilkerson, and this is her new nonfiction book, and it's all about tells the narrative and stories about real people in America, how our basically the caste system that exists in America that we don't talk about, because it's all about, you know, that's not supposed to happen in America, as we're all supposedly equal. And I'm very excited about this because I love The Warmth of Other Suns so much. I'm hopeful that we will be getting to this. Me and my buddy readers are going to be getting to this in September. But if not, it will definitely be October. And then the last book I picked up for the month of August is a book that I'm currently reading, and this is All Over Creation by Ruth Ozeki. I am currently buddy reading this with Joe Smith. Joe and I have buddy read the other two Ruth Ozeki books and really enjoyed them. And we are, we're through the first two parts of this book. And this book is about, it's about two women from Idaho, Yumi and Caste. They were childhood friends. Yumi runs away from home when she's like 14 or 15 years old. Caste, she doesn't keep in touch with Caste. Caste continues living in their small town in Idaho, marries a potato farmer, and then Yumi comes back because her parents are very ill and elderly, and it's like 20 years later. And it's all about their relationship. It's about not only about their relationship, but it's about people's relationship with the earth. It's about the food that we grow and what people do to grow food. It's about our agricultural system, all the things that, all the topics that Ozeki was dealing with in My Year of Meats, she is similarly exploring in this book. There seems to be themes of fertility and infertility, environmental issues, family, society, and how we deal with one another, and just all those kind of things. I really loved the other two novels by Ozeki that I read, and this one so far in the first two parts does not disappoint. So those are the three books I picked up in August, and it was a wonderful, wonderful reading month. I'm thrilled by how many books I got through, and I'm hopeful that September will be a similarly positive reading experience, although I know I won't get through as many books as I did in August because I don't have any vacations coming up. I hope you also got a lot of books read in August. Tell me about one that you loved in the comments down below, or tell me about one that you hated. Alternatively, I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll talk to you later.